prancing. So we're going to come up onto the balls of our feet and we're going to do our little prance. I'm just going to enjoy prancing. I'm going to keep everything quite low key because I know people are quite hot, you know. So we're going to not go too much mental tonight. Good. Excellent. And then we're going to stop. We're going to soften our knees. And I'd like you to bend your knees and then come up to the little soft. So we're bending, little soft. Bending, soft. So we're not locking them out. Bend, soft, bend, soft. One more, bend, soft. Now, as you do it, I'd like you to have a little bit of awareness. So as we bend our knees, the femur here, the femur is spinning out the way. And as we come up, the femur is spinning in the way. So femur is spinning out, femur is spinning in. Femur is spinning out, femur is spinning in. Femur is spinning out, femur in. Good. Okay, so now we've had a lot to think about that. We're going to come up to our pelvis and we are going to do some nice big circles. So we're going to push our pelvis forward to the side, all the way around. Good, nice and gently. I want you to see how far to the side you can get it, how far behind, how far off to the other side, how far in front. Good, just delicious movement with your pelvis. And then back the other way. Same thing, really nice big circles. Perfect. One more. Back to the center. Perfect. So now we're going to think about our rib cage. So again, let's do circles. Let's stick to the theme. So we're going to circle our ribs. Soft knees, make sure you're not locking your knees out. Notice when you circle your ribs how your tension changes in your feet or activation changes in your feet as you circle. And then go the other way. My rib cage is circling. Think about your spine, almost like if you could think about a big cord that goes down the center of your body and you're circling around that cord. I was going to use the spine, but that's not the center of your body, so that would be rubbish. And then come back to the center. Yeah, so we're standing. Perfect. Going to move up to the shoulders, and we're just going to do a nice easy one for the shoulders before we focus on the shoulders. So we're just going to pull our arms up towards our shoulders and then let them go. Let's stay with the circling theme. So let's take our hands out towards the side, palms face down, and we're just going to make little circles with our shoulders. So it's our arms are circling actually in our shoulder. Good. And then go the other way. It's one of the hardest exercises to do for a long period of time, this one, you know. It looks simple, but you get tired really easily. Perfect. And then relax. Let's do our wrists. So hands out in front of us. Light fists. We're going to keep our arms as still as we can. So I'll show you from the side. And we're just going to keep our palms facing towards the floor and rotate our wrists in circles. Getting quite into the circle theme. Good. And then go back the other way. Nice. Good. And then shake it off. Okay, so now our head and eyes. So we're going to do a circle with these guys too. So we're going to start by looking straight ahead. And we're going to keep our face looking straight ahead. And we're going to trace a circle with our eyes. So we're going to look up, look to one side, look down, look to the other side, look up. Go the other way. Look to the side, look down, look to the side, look up. Go the other way. Look to the side, look down, look to the side, look up. And then the other way. Look to the side, look down, look to the side, look up. Now, keeping your eyes straight ahead, we're going to turn our head in that direction. So eyes straight ahead, and we're going to tilt our head up, then round to the side. Keep your eyes looking straight ahead, then down, and then round to the other side, and then up. And then go the other way. Head turns, eyes look straight ahead, down. I just lost my eyes. Back up. Good. That'll do. Okay, so let's come to the shoulder. So the shoulder, the reason we're focusing on shoulders is because the way our shoulder slides around our rib cage, that is part of our connection to our pelvic floor. If the shoulder is too tight or not connected enough, then this will have an impact on your pelvic floor. So we want to make sure it slides and glides nicely. So the first exercise we're going to do for our shoulder blades is we're just going to lift our arm. And we're going to do it nice and slowly and nice and calmly. And then we're going to come back and do it again at the end. So we're going to start by just moving our arm up. I'm just going to go through the movement pattern. And then I'm going to talk about the breath. So moving the arm up and then moving the arm back down. Now I want you to be aware of what's going on with the shoulder blade. So you can actually hold your shoulder just underneath your shoulder blade, the edge of your shoulder blade. If you've got long enough arms. My arms are quite wee, so it's quite hard for me. You will look a bit easier. And then you're going to bring your arm up, and as you do, I'd like you to just sense where the shoulder blade, what the shoulder blade does. And then come back down nice and slowly. So can you feel that shoulder blade kind of tilting and turning underneath your arm to support your arm? And then bring it back down. Good, do one more, feeling of that movement. If you're not feeling any movement at all, don't worry, we're going to come back and revisit. And then do the other side, same thing. See, I get a better grab that side. Must have one arm longer than the other. Our arm is going to move up. Get the sense of the shoulder. You should feel the shoulder blade coming a bit closer to your fingertips. And then the shoulder blade moving further away. So you're going to do another 3 while I find some shoulders. Just in case you need a little memory of what it looked like. Here's some. Here's some shoulders I prepared earlier. Or didn't. That arm. Cool. Okay, so taking a moment. We're going to think about our shoulder blades. Just so we've got this memory of what's going on. So your shoulder blades sit on the back of your shoulders like this. So these would be behind me. Now, you can see how they're curved. So they're curved so they fit on your curved rib cage. Now, as we move our arm up, I'm going to do this side because this is the arm I have. As we move our arm up, our shoulders rotate, they rotate. So this top bit drops down, but this bottom bit rotates round and up a little. And the bottom of their shoulder here, well, the fossa, it's called the fossa, the glenohumeral joint, it comes underneath to support the arm. And then as we bring it, so that's what you're feeling. So when I'm asking you to feel for something, it's that edge here that you're feeling. So as we start to move our arm up, this edge should slide around your rib cage and come into contact with your hands a little bit. And then as you slide your hand back down, it should come back down. So it doesn't just come like this. It does this. It slides in towards your rib cage and round. And then it slides back and in. Okay, so now you've got a feeling of what that feels like. We'll come back to these in a minute. We're going to do the same exercise. So feel for that end. Now we know what we're looking for. You might not feel very much of it. It's just that little end point. We're going to bring our arm up. And now when my arm's up, it's being totally supported by my shoulder blade. How cool. And then as we come down, it's being supported by my clavicle. My clavicle's holding onto it, or my collarbone. And then we're going to bring the hand up again and bring it back down till it's being suspended by my collarbone. Swap to the other side, same thing. And we're going to bring it up. We're going to add some breath in a minute. And then we're going to bring it back down, supported by my collarbone. And then bringing it up. And then back down. Okay, so now let's put this in with our hypopressive practice. So feet hip distance apart. Hands by our side. So at the moment, our shoulders are not working. They're just hanging there. And we're going to get a feeling that they're both going to slide around and tilt. So we're going to bring our arms up on the inhale and then down on the exhale. So are we ready? Ready to inhale, feeling that tilt. In, 2, 3, back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. As you widen your ribs, let's use your shoulder blades to open your rib cage more. So let's slowly bring our arms up as you open your ribs. So this whole idea is that the shoulder blades are following. They're attached to the ribs and they're slowly pulling your rib cage apart a little bit more. And then when you need to inhale, inhale here and exhale, shake it off. Well done. Okay, let's think a little bit more about the shoulder blades. Then we're going to do some release work for the shoulders as well. So don't worry, we're going to come to that. Here, can you see this little lovely blue line? You see it? So this shoulder blade sits on the back here. So as we lift our shoulders, lift our arms, our shoulder blade tilts round and up, and it pours all that lovely feeling of water or heaviness out. I mean, it's not really got water in it, it's ligaments and muscles and things, but it gives us that feeling of being a counterweight when we lift our arms up. So it gives you that feeling of real connection. So as you lift your arms up, I'd like you to think about this little gap here. And as you reach your arms up and this tilts, I'd like you to think about it like it's water pouring down your spine. And then as you exhale and bring your arms back down again, you're going to fill your reservoir up with more water. So it's going to feel nice and, heavy, nice warm water, not too heavy, just heavy enough. If you hate water, you can think about it like sand. Okay? So, hands by our side, we're going to tip our water down our spine as our shoulder blades tip and become a counterweight for our arms. So ready to inhale. In, 2, 3, back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tip the water down your spine. 2, 3, fill up your reservoir. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, fill up your reservoir. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose, pause. Start widening your ribs as you tip your reservoir out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here and exhale, shake it off. Really well done. So we're going to come back to clavicle and things in a bit, but let's do a bit of a release. So standing where you are just now, I'd like you just to pull your shoulders up towards your ears and then just drop them back down. Good, and let's do that again. I'd like you to notice where you notice that. Do you notice it in your mid-back, in your neck, in your chest, in your arms, in your pelvic floor? So just noticing where you notice that feeling. And now I'd like you to bring your shoulders up super slowly and bring them down super slowly. So just a nice slow glide all the way up and then all the way back down again. Okay, so now as we lift our shoulder blades up, I'd like you to think about something nice. So I'd like you to think about them sliding up. Maybe think about your shoulders like they're ice lollies. And your ice lollies are sliding up and then sliding back down again. Nice and chilled and cool. Ice lollies sliding up and sliding back down, nice and slippy. It's better than soap at this time of year, yeah? So ice lollies sliding up and sliding back down again. So think about them being nice and slippy. So now we're going to take our hand and we're going to take the thumb of that hand and place it next to our neck on the opposite shoulder. Good. So you've got your thumb in towards your neck. And we're going to just squeeze the muscle there. Just give it a lovely squeeze. So I'm just squeezing here where my hand is. So I've taken my hand and I've placed the thumb next to the neck and I'm holding the muscle there. And I'm just squeezing it. Good. Now I'd like you to visualize it like it's a sponge. So as we squeeze it, we're squeezing all the water out. And as we let go, we're filling it up with water again. We're squeezing all the water out and then filling it back up with water again. Squeeze your sponges and let the water back out. So this time as you squeeze, you're going to lift your shoulder up. So we're squeezing and lifting the shoulder and then slowly letting the shoulder come back down. And I'd like the shoulder to come up for the same amount of time as it goes down for. So whatever that is for you. So squeezing it up and letting it come back down. Squeezing it up and sliding it back down. And if you think about a nice sponge, you're squeezing your sponge out and then soaking it up with more water. Squeezing it and soaking it. And this time, when you lift the shoulder up and squeeze, you're going to bring your ear over and squeeze really hard. We're doing 3 of them. So squeeze and release. Shoulder up, squeeze and release. And one more, squeeze and release. And just take a moment to notice that shoulder compared with the other one. Thumbs up if you notice a difference. Good, most of you notice a difference, good. So now just breathing. So feet hip distance apart. 3 nice slow breaths in apnea. Take your time in your own time. And just see if you notice a difference on this side that you just worked on to the other side when you're breathing. So take your time. If you didn't notice a difference, that's okay. It just means that perhaps your shoulders aren't tight. And at the end of your third one, you're pausing and slowly widening your ribs. And just noticing if you get a sense of space on that side more than the other side. Great. Okay, let's go for the other side now. So we're going to take the opposite hand and place it next to your neck. And we're going to grab the muscle there and we're going to squeeze. And we're going to squeeze it as if we're squeezing out our sponge or an orange. Good. A nice cold sponge. And we're going to do another 5 here, just squeezing. Doing nothing else happening. We're just squeezing the muscles. Great. And just if you can get a visualization of the idea that it's a sponge and that you're squeezing water out, it really helps. And then we're going to lift the shoulder up while we squeeze and slowly lower it back down. And lift it up and slowly lower it back down. And lift it up as you squeeze and lower it back down. And one more, lifting up and lowering back down. And then we're going to do 3 where we pull our ear over, so squeezing and letting go, squeezing and letting go. One more, squeezing that sponge, squeeze, 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 and let go. And then take a moment to notice that shoulder. Good, and then 3 nice slow breaths here again. So take your time, 3 nice slow breaths. And exhaling. At the end of your third one, pause and slowly widen your ribs. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to come back to our move in the arms and we're just going to see if they feel any different. So before we move on to the rest of the body. So feet hip distance apart, knees soft, hands by our side. Remember, we can think about that idea of tipping the water out. We can think about them sliding, your shoulder blades sliding around and supporting the arm. So we can think about all of these things while we move. So ready to inhale and move in the arms. In, 2, 3, down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose, pause. Widen your ribs as your arms move up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here and exhale, shake it off. Right, we're coming down to the floor and we're going to do some release work on the floor. Okay. So once you hit the floor, you're going to lie in a semi-supine position with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. And I'd like you, when you arrive here, first of all, just to take a moment to notice your spine. So make sure that you've got your lovely curves. The back of your head is on the floor. The space between your shoulder blades is on the floor. Your rib cage is on the floor. Your lower back is off the floor and your pelvis is nice and balanced. Now, we're going to make sure our knees are pointing up towards the ceiling for this one. So our knees are not going to move. They're going to stay where they are. And we're going to tilt our pelvis forwards and back to start with. So when we tilt back, that's 12 o'clock of our clock face, if we're thinking about clock face. If we tilt forward so our lower back comes off the floor, that's 6 o'clock. So 12 o'clock is when the lower back comes towards the floor. And 6 o'clock is when the lower back comes back off the floor. So there's the 2 ends of your pelvis. Then I'd like you to come and rest in the center between 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock. Now we're going to go over to one side and that's going to be 3 o'clock. And going over to the other side is 9 o'clock. So we're going side to side. 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Knees pointing up towards the ceiling. 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And then come back to the center. So now we're going to tilt our pelvis back to 12 o'clock. And we're going to come round our clock face clockwise. So we're coming around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock until you hit 3 o'clock. Then you're going to continue down 5 o'clock to 6, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Then come up the other side, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So we're going to do that a bit quicker. So we're going to come all the way around, rolling all the way around your clock face. Keep going anti-clock, keep going clockwise, I mean. Make sure your knees stay pointing up towards the ceiling. And make sure you're breathing. Great. And then we're going to go the other way. So go anti-clockwise. So we're going from the 12 o'clock round to the 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, all the way around in your clock face. Great. And then come back to the center. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to look at our shoulders again. So we're going to bring our hands up towards the ceiling, palms face in the way. And we're going to reach first of all with one arm up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to allow it to drop down. And then the other arm, and allow it to drop down. And then both arms, and allow them to drop down. So we're going to inhale as we reach, exhale as we drop back down, and we're going to do 3 of these, and then our apnea. During the apnea, we're going to open our arms towards the side into a T. So ready to inhale. Reach, 2, 3, back, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach, 2, 3, back, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both arms, 2, 3, back, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose, pause. Widen your ribs as you open your arms for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here and exhale, bringing your arms back up again. So we're going to repeat that one more time. So ready to inhale and reach. Reach, 2, 3, back, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach, 2, 3, back, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both arms, 2, 3, back, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose, pause. Widen your ribs as your arms widen for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling here. Now we're going to move down to the psoas stretch in a moment, or psoas activation, or psoas lengthening. But before we do that, let's give our spines a little bit of a warm up. So we're going to inhale and tilt our pelvis forwards, exhale and tuck our tailbone under, and on the third one, we're coming back to neutral for our apnea. So feet can stay hip distance apart, hands can be on your pelvis, they can be on the floor, they can be around your ribs, wherever feels comfortable for you. So ready to inhale and tilt forwards. Tilt, 2, 3, tuck, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tilt, 2, 3, tuck, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tilt, 2, 3, neutral, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose, pause. Widen your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. Exhale, we're going to lengthen both of our legs along the mat. So we're going to work with our psoas muscle. So as we work, the first action we're going to do is we're going to start with one leg, and we're going to rotate our leg from our pelvis out towards the side until the knee bends a little. and then we're going to rotate it back in again. So we're taking the whole leg and spinning it out the way until the knee bends, and then bringing it back in. So we're going to do that 7 times. Opening the knee, closing the knee. Opening the knee, closing, and we're moving slowly. So somatic movement, this kind of movement where we're working with a muscle like the psoas muscle, we want to make sure we're moving nice and slowly. So we're going to do another 3, 2, 1. Now this next one, we're going to hold out the leg out towards the side, and we're going to slide the heel up the inside of the other leg to where it's comfortable for you. And then we're going to slide the leg back down and then close it. So it's 2 separate movements. Opening, sliding, sliding back down, and closing. And I'll get a cushion to put underneath your rib cage. See how we did earlier? Try and grab a cushion and use a cushion. And slide back down and close. Open, slide, slide back down and close. Open, slide, slide back down and close. So we've got another 2. Open, slide, slide back down and close. Last one. Open, slide, slide back down and close. This one we're going to stay up. Open, slide, stay up. Now we're going to roll along the outside edge of our foot. So I'm going to lift my toes up off the floor. My outside edge of my heel is still on the floor. And I'm going to roll through and lift my heel off the floor, and the outside edge of my toe box is on the floor. So we're just going to roll from along the outside like it's a little boat. And we're going to do 7 of these. And remember, you're working within your comfort always. So just rolling along the outside edge of your foot. So heel off the floor, toes off the floor. Heel off the floor, toes off the floor, heel, toe, heel, toe. It's like a dance class. And then sliding your leg back down. And you're just going to take a moment to notice that leg and that side of your body compared with the other. So it might feel lighter, it might feel longer, it might feel warmer. And then we're going to do the other side. So open the knee and close the knee. So rolling the leg out, rolling the leg in. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. Cool, we've got another 3. Out, in, out, in. One more. Out, in, and then opening, sliding the leg up. Sliding the leg back down and closing. Opening, sliding up. Sliding down and closing. Open, slide, slide down and close. Open, slide, slide down and close. Good. Open, slide. We've got 3 more. Slide down and close. Open, slide, slide down and close. One more. Open, slide, stay there, and then roll on the outside edge of your foot. So take it nice and slowly. Again, we're doing roughly 7. All along that outside edge. Perfect. And then we're going to slide that leg back down, close it, and hopefully they both feel the same as each other. And you're just going to take a moment here just to notice how your body's feeling. So closing your eyes and just feeling how your spine feels compared with how it felt before we did that exercise. You could bend your knees and just get a feeling of how you were before we lengthened them. And see how your spine feels. Perfect. Cool. So now we've warmed up the pelvis. We've warmed up the shoulders. We've warmed up the psoas. So the next thing to do is to combine them all together. So we're going to roll onto our sides. We're going to come up to quadruped. Now, the whole point with our shoulder girdle connection is so that we've got this ability to be able to connect between the shoulders and the pelvis and the pelvic floor. So we're going to come to a little square. Now, if you don't want to be on your wrists or your hands for any reason, you can come all the way down and have your elbows on the floor underneath your shoulders instead. So you can be in the lower position if this feels more comfortable for you. Otherwise, we're going to have our hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to have our knees underneath our hips, and we're going to tuck our toes underneath behind us. And we're going to start with a lovely little connection with our spine, the same thing as we did when we were on the floor. So as we inhale, we are going to tilt our pelvis forwards. So our lumbar spine will get much deeper and our chest will push forwards a little. As we exhale, we're going to tuck from our tailbone and ripple all the way through our spine until our head is looking back between our knees. And then we're going to inhale, starting again with the pelvis, like it's our tail wagging, and come all the way through to the front. So that's what we're going to do for our breathing. So let's do 4 and 8 to give you lots of lovely time to do this in. So ready to inhale. Tilt, 2, 3, 4, tuck, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tilt, 2, 3, 4, tuck, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tilt, 2, 3, 4, neutral, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose, pause, widen your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. Now I'd like you to think about your sit bones. So we're going to stay here. We're going to think about our sit bones. And we're going to think about, we're going to push back into a rock back position. And I'd like you to make sure that your sit bones stay poking out behind you. The minute you start to feel the tuck happening, you're going to stop. And you're going to do this one in your own time, so you're really aware of it. If you feel the tuck happening, you're going to stop and you're just going to think, can I open my sit bones a little bit further and come back a little bit further? So we're going to just take a moment with this, really focusing on it. So a nice slow inhale as you come back. And as you inhale, just being really aware of what your pelvis feels like it's doing. And then as you exhale, you're going to come forwards and sit bones get narrower. So we inhale, sit bones get wider as we push back. And we exhale, sit bones get narrower. So really thinking about the movement coming from your sit bones. Sit bones pushing back and getting wide. And exhale when you're ready. Always just do it at your own pace, don't ignore me. Sit bones getting closer together. So you're going to do 3 of these and then an apnea. So you can start your 3 whenever you would like. So remember, it's the inhale, really focusing on the sit bones getting wider and keeping yourself from tucking. And exhale, sit bones get narrower. At the end of your 3rd one, you're going to pause and do an apnea. Nice. Good. So leave out, if you lift the bottom part of your ribcage up a little. Yes, much, much better neutral spine. Good. So that's where you're working from. Just spot anybody else. Oh, they all look pretty good. Good. So once you've done one set, you can either stay on your hands and do a second set, or you can come down onto your elbows and do a second set here. It just depends how your wrists are feeling. If your wrists feel fine, stay up here and do your another 3 breaths, really focusing on sit bones wider, sit bones narrower, sit bones wider, sit bones narrower. These look good. And at the end of the 3rd one, pause and slowly widen your ribs. Nice, ladies. Good. And then coming to sitting. Okay, so if we think what's happening with our shoulders, I'm going to take you on a little journey here, like usual. So as we inhale, our sit bones are widening. That means the top of our pelvis this bit, the SAS bone, the top of our pelvis here, is coming in a little. Stay with me. So as we inhale, your shoulder blades are widening. They're going to widen because our arms are going to move up and your sit bones are going to widen. And as you exhale, your shoulder blades are drawing back into the center as your sit bones draw into the center. So I'd like us to think about that kind of little bit of connection that's happening. So what happens is as we inhale, the sit bones widen and the pelvis rolls round a little in the same way your ribs, your shoulder blade rolls round when we lift our arms. So we've got this feeling of like almost, it's a smaller movement with the pelvis. But as we inhale, the top of the pelvis rolls forwards a little to make way for this, for the, oh gosh, what's it called? I can't remember, it'll come back to me. So we're making way for the tail to move out of the way. Sacrum, that's the word, sacrum. So our shoulders are supporting our arms and our pelvis is supporting our sacrum. So hands by our side. I'd like you to zone in on your sit bones, zone in on your shoulder blades. Let's take a moment to feel them. So let's bring our arms out in front of us and I'd like you to pull your shoulder blades together behind you and you'll feel that your arms have to follow your shoulder blades. I'd like you to push your shoulder blades away and they're following your arms. They're connected to each other, yeah? Shoulder blades in, shoulder blades out. Okay, so now we've got a bit more awareness. Hands by our side, sit bones widening, shoulder blades widening. Are we ready for it? Ready to inhale. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose, pause. Widen your ribs. As you widen your ribs, now your shoulder blades are going to work. Lifting and opening your rib cage all the way up during your apnea breath. Feel them slide round. So we won't be doing this because we know that our shoulders are sliding. Good, we did now, inhale. Well done, everybody. So that's the end of today's session. I hope it all connected. In my head, it all connected. When I was planning it, all connected. I'm